How long, Yahweh, am I to cry for help while you do not listen? How long will I cry oppression in your ear and you do not save? Why do you make me look upon injustice? Why do you countenance tyranny? Habakkuk is angry. This is our first reading for today. It is a deep anger that rises from the gut in reaction to suffering. Have any of you been there? Have that deep anger that rises from the gut? Yeah. Perhaps your own suffering or the suffering of others or the state of our world has broken through and left you with raw anger. Have you ever shouted at God, "Why?" Perhaps you have been told that good Christians don't get angry, especially not at God. Maybe you have been warned that anger is dangerous and therefore should be denied or stuffed down. Has it worked for you? James Zullo succinctly describes the result of trying to bury our feelings, and I love how well he puts this. He says, "We think about our feelings and get migraine headaches. We swallow our feelings and get ulcers. We carry the weight of our feelings and get back pain. We sit on our feelings and get hemorrhoids." How we interact with our emotions can positively or negatively impact our physical well-being and our spiritual well-being. The prophet Habakkuk has the courage to claim and name his deep anger. He doesn't deny it, and he doesn't abandon himself to it. He befriends it, brings it to God, and waits for a response. God meets him there, speaks to him. And Habakkuk eventually, after some holy conversation, declares, "Yahweh is my strength." Like Habakkuk, Christians get angry, and that's a good thing. It's normal to get angry about our own suffering and the suffering of others. It's our anger that tells us that something doesn't seem right. It is our anger that can lead us to an intimate wrestling match with God. It is our anger that can fuel our work for change. I can't help but think of the holy anger of Greta Thunberg. Have you seen the YouTube video of her talking to the UN? Angry that the adults aren't doing their job to care for our planet. Or the holy anger of someone under the age of 50 being diagnosed with cancer. Anger can be holy. As I have been learning to navigate my own anger and sadness and fear, I have found a book by Evelyn and James Whitehead. It's called Shadows of the Heart, A Spirituality of Painful Emotions. It's a really great book. And in it, they write, our emotions are not irrational impulses, but arousals and alarms that carry clues to our best aspirations. Admittedly volatile and dangerous, our emotions remain potential partners in our search for holiness and health. I'm going to repeat that last part. Our emotions remain potential partners in our search for holiness and health. By befriending our emotions, by allowing them to be our partners, we are befriending an important aspect of our spiritual well-being. Instead of spending time and energy pretending to not be angry or afraid or sad, we can invite God to teach us what our emotions are revealing to us, what clues they carry about our best aspirations. This is lifelong work. Befriending emotions requires letting go of the idea that good Christians shouldn't feel certain things. It also requires letting go of the idea that you are somehow invulnerable to pain and suffering. It requires being real, really real. In our gospel reading for today, the disciples are asking for more faith because they feel like they don't have enough. They have just been told to forgive 70 times 7 times, and they aren't sure that they're up for the hard work of feeling what they're feeling and still choosing to forgive. When we feel angry and learn what it has to say, can we let it go? That is what forgiveness is about. Learning to let go of the anger after it has helped us. Sometimes, I know, it can take a while. Jesus tells his disciples that if they have faith the size of a mustard seed, they can do the seemingly impossible. It takes faith to be willing to experience the range of human emotion. It takes faith to be confident that God can and will teach us through our emotions. It takes faith to trust that God is up to something, even when we can't see it. May God grant us such faith. Amen.